Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
This episode is brought to you by ERC, Employee Retention Credit. They specialize in getting money back for your business. Receive up to $26,000 per employee. It only takes 10 minutes to see if you qualify. Go to my website at lopezlasane.com, and on the top of my website, click the tab that says Get Money Back, or click the link in the bio. So don't wait on this. And the best part about this, it's absolutely free. No fees up front. You have nothing to lose. So go to my website or click the link in the bio and get started today. Welcome to another episode coming at you from kingofcashflowwebsites.com. I'm your host, Lopez. Today, I have another wonderful guest. He's a business success coach. He's a serial entrepreneur, author. He's an educator and has coached over a decade of experience of coaching people, trained more than 20,000 people all over India. He's also a TEDx speaker. My special guest today is Dr. C.A. among Latinos. So where are you from?
So I'm from India, Gujarat, and namaste from my side.
That's good. So how'd you get started in business? Because man, you're in a lot of different things, man. So how'd you get started in business?
So business, if I talk about my father was a businessman actually, and I come from a family of entrepreneurs. But there was sudden financial crisis in my family, and things moved upside down. And then I had to go for education. I started my degree. I started working for my degree, and some point in time, I thought that okay, degree is everything. I started having job, but then I realized I'm not meant for the same, and that's where I started finding my passion. And I did many things, as you said. I did multiple things, and then I realized what I'm meant for. And finally, I'm chasing my passion and doing entrepreneurship thing. Yeah.
So as a kid growing up, how was that? Did your father, did they kind of force you into getting into what he was in, or what did they kind of just let you kind of go as you wanted to? How was that as a kid?
So as a kid, as I said, see, my father actually got paralyzed at a very young age. And we had few financial crises. So my mother had to work. And at that time, I was taught that, and I also thought in some way that if I get good education, I would be able to make good money, and I would be able to settle, and I would be able to make for my family, right? So only thing I was thinking at that time was a good education, a college degree, and other things, right? So they let me choose my thing. Rather, the thing was at some point in time, I asked them, okay, I want to do this degree. And they said, are you capable? I said, yes, I think so. And they said, okay, then do it. We cannot do anything, right? So I had to choose my own path. I had to do my own things. I took some degrees. I took my job. And then in a way, I realized things are not working for me. And then I came back to business and entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay. So what made you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to do my own thing. What made you have the confidence to do that?
Yeah. So, see, at back of the mind, I always thought of having my own business. But what made you really think was, I think I was at a very good position in my job, actually. And I was giving so much of time, effort, and energy. and still at some point in time I realized that I'm not getting the return as per the time that I'm giving, right? So my business and the one whom I was serving was growing multifold, and I was basically growing like the linear progression was there, right? There was no outbound progression. So that's where I thought, if I want to grow and if I want to really have a flexibility and a freedom, I would have to have my own business. I would have to have work on my own ideas. I would have to have work on my own execution. And that's where, like, before 6 years, I thought, let me do my own things, even though I'll have to like kind of create a new path for the same. But that's where I thought, if I want to have a freedom, flexibility, and have my own growth, I would have to do my business. Yeah.
Gotcha. So how many businesses have you started?
So actually, right now I am into fifth business of mine, right? So I worked on 4 different business, failed in 3 different business, and right now handling and maybe growing and working very good in 2 different businesses. Yeah.
And how many? So your focus is in like what space? Is it tech? Is it?
So we are basically there are 2 different businesses which I am basically working right now. One is a business consulting, where we help business owners to grow their business. We kind of coach them. We kind of help them from basic, from to growth stage to marketing to kind of taking to the IPO level and different levels, right? So we basically help them grow. And second is basically a tech business on which I'm working, which is a startup, and we are trying to build that educational edutech business here.
Okay, so you're mainly focusing in India, or you're expanding worldwide?
So right now we have started with the niche, which is Indian niche, right? But we are planning to expand worldwide also, because at the end of the day, business is business, and we can help business owners. We can help startup owners to grow, scale, and do multiple things. So we are planning to have it all over the world, right? But yeah, we started with Indian niche and Indian focus.
Okay, so how'd you get into speaking? Because I saw your TEDx talk. It was really good. How'd you get into that?
Like I said, even when I was in job and I was doing multiple things, I was always fascinated by the teaching. I kept on learning things. I kept on giving some talks, and most importantly, I was working around to manage my time. Like as I said, one of the major decisions that brought me into the business was also the time value of money that I was not getting. I thought the efforts that I'm putting, so there was constant. I was obviously thinking and all the time working around how I can manage my time better, how I can effectively multiply my time or rather leverage my time. And I kept on doing research around that, kept on sharing talks around that. And that's how some good people connected with me, and they asked me to give a talk on the how do you manage your time and how do you use your time and leverage your time to better in your life. Yeah.
So how long have you been online?
2 years.
Oh,
2
yeah.
years. I'm fully like trying to build things on online. Before that, we were basically, so COVID made us all come into online and kind of try new things and explore new things.
Okay, so how did the book come about?
Yeah, so in before COVID era only, I was going through my own journey, and I was also reflecting. So I had gone into business, but I was still reflecting what more can be done. And I tried to analyze my life, and I tried to analyze many of the successful people's life. And I was kind of studying them from very young age. And that's where I was started asking the question that what is the difference that makes the difference? Like what it is that makes some people very successful and that some people are not so successful, right? So that's where I kind of thinking about that. I kind of started writing about that. And that's where I made a whole book around which says choose success today, which is about how you can choose success. Success is not something that you get it. Success is something that you basically build it, right? You basically have a choice to build your own success. And that's where I started writing a book and published the book.
Okay. So what are some common problems that you see when it comes to business owners?
See, The common problem that I see and that I coach also many of the people, the very first problem that business owners and small and medium sized business owners are facing is that they do not have a right processes and systems in place. So what happens, like when they start their business, they are like solopreneurs, they are like single individuals, and they are doing the marketing also, they are doing the sales also, they are handling the operations also, right? They are the one who are doing everything. But when they start growing the business, right, somehow they are not able to kind of delegate the things, create a processes for the things, create system where they can track the things. So what happens after a point in time that you started growing, but because you are not able to delegate it, because you don't have a processes, because you don't have a system, somewhere you yourself become a bottleneck of your own growth, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest challenge and the problem that I see right now is not having right process and system, not able to delegate it. I see many of the business owners, even after the business has grown, they are still into the operations, they are still into the marketing, they are still handling everything, right? So like I call them, they are like push owners, right? They're always pushing things, right? The things are not happening automated, but they are behind everything, and that's why they are becoming bottlenecks. So one of the major problem that I find in a new business and mostly the growing business is not having right process, right system where they can scale things.
Yeah, I think I always say most people they just created another job.
True, true.
You
Very
know,
true.
so get you must meet people all the time. They reach out to you in some either online or in person or what some type of way, and they might say, "Hey, I got a good idea." So what would make you want to help them? Based on the idea, or maybe they have a business plan, or maybe they have a good strategy. What would make you want to help them?
So there are two, three things that I always ask them. The very first thing is how much passionate they are about the idea, because like I see nowadays every person is having one or two ideas on which they want to work, right? But the point that comes into, are you really having a plan that you want to execute? And second, most importantly, have you checked and done the research that this idea can be really validated? If I find that the idea can be validated, and if I find that there is a scope and kind of the model which they want to go is workable and scalable model, then we start working together. Then I can help them, and we kind of build it from there. So the very first thing that we see on the three parameters that we generally validate any idea, the very first parameter is the market competition. That whatever idea that you have brought, how much competition is there in the market, right? The second parameter that we generally look out is basically the market demand, right? The problem that you want to solve, is there a demand of that particular solution? And most importantly, we say the market growth also, that okay, right now the problem and the demand may be less, but does it has an opportunity to grow and like go through it, right? So these are the three parameters we check. And if the parameters are good, if the growth is good, if the demand is good, the competition is low, the idea is worth going, and we start working toward it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So what made you decide to come online? Because I know a lot of people that's already established, and they don't want anything to do with coming online at all. So what made you say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to take things online.
So idea that internet is the place where you can kind of leverage your time, right? Where you can reach more people in a less time. That particular idea has always motivated me to like kind of go online, because when I was doing physical things, and see God grace, and like right now what we are talking is also because of when I decided to go online, right? Online is the place, and internet is a place where you are able to reach more people in a less time, right? Your tweet can go viral and you can reach to thousands of people, right? Your video can go, your content can reach to multiple people, many people can connect with you. So there are thousands and lakhs of people who are there, who want to consume kind of content that you are creating, kind of business that you are doing, right? When you're offline, you're not able to reach those many people. So if you ask me what made you come to online, it is mainly idea and a concept that you can reach to more people in less time. That's what made me think and like kind of come to online. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you get into training, like social media, NLP? What made you go that route? Because a lot of people will kind of like they might get into the marketing, but when it comes to NLP, and they're like, oh, I don't want to. Now they might know it and understand it,
True.
but they don't want to teach nobody anything like that. So, what made you go that route?
So, see, as I said, I was always fascinated and interested by the human behavior. And I always started asking questions that how does certain things affect people, how people take decisions, and because I was into business coaching and consulting and meeting with people, guiding them. So that's where I always also thought what more can help me help them, right? So kind of what more tools I can learn, what more things I can do, what more understanding I can have so that I can understand them better, help them better. And that's where I started looking out more and more things like NLP. I did my Gestalt also. I did Reiki practitioner and pranic healing and many certifications and many things so that I can understand human behavior better, help them better, and kind of help them grow their business. Yeah.
Gotcha. So what's Grow Thrive? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. What's
Grow Thrive?
So Grow Thrive is basically an organization which helps business owners to grow. It's basically based on the concept that you can grow as well as thrive in your business with some tools, with marketing, with online going, the use of internet, leverage. So it's basically an organization that helps business owners to grow and thrive.
Gotcha. So, knowing what you know today, if you could go back to when you got started, what would you do different, if anything?
I would come online on an early stage. Right?
Gotcha.
I started taking it seriously maybe 2 years back. If I can go back, maybe I'll do it 6 years, 10 years back, and things would be even better. It's never late, but yeah, earlier the better.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you're a good speaker, man. You should. I think you should be in the camera much more. You're really good.
Thank you.
So when you meet, I guess, business owners, they'll be small or mid-size or large or whatever. What are some of the, I guess, what are some of the main things that you help them with? Like, what's your specialty?
So we see whenever we meet business owners, there are 4 major aspects of the business that we basically work on. The very first aspect is their revenue and marketing. So sales and marketing, right? Many of the businesses that I see, they are getting the revenue, they are having some marketing, but most of the time they are working on the referral marketing, right? And I always say referral marketing is more like karma marketing, right? If you've done good karma, you will get the referrals. But there is no predictability, right? So the very first area that we work is a predictable model of marketing and sales. How do we ensure and how do we basically create a model where consistently you are getting leads and consistently you are converting lead? Not only you are consistently converting and getting leads, but you're also having a predictable model where you know that if I'm spending this much of amount, there is some amount of leads that will come, some amount of conversion that will come. So first area that we work is basically, we call it a predictable model of sales and marketing. Now, when you have a consistent and predictable model of revenue, the second thing that we work is on operational efficiency. Because I see many business owners who are stuck in their profitability, who are stuck in their cash flow. They have a huge amount of revenue, but on hand cash is not there, right? So we basically work on their operational efficiency. We work on increasing their profits. We work on increasing their cash flow. Then once the cash flow is there, revenue is coming, then third stage we work on automation. So we basically work, how can we make business owner free? How can we automate the system? How can we kind of make business owner free and delegate the things, create process, create system? And that's the third part. And the fourth will of this particular setup is the human resource, right? How do we have a right kind of people? How do we retain right kind of people? And how do we kind of create a culture where right kind of people can grow in the organization? So if your revenue is taken care of, if your profitability and cash is taken care of, if as a business owner you can be free, there are systems which are automated, and at the same time, you are not worried about the right kind of people because there is consistent flow of people, you are able to retain them. If these four areas are taken care, your car can like kind of grow and go anywhere, right? And so these are the four basic pillars on which we work and we help business owners. Yeah.
Do you find that it's hard to get some business owners to change because they've been doing the same thing for so long?
Yeah. See, I tell you, what I have realized is it's never a small business. It's always a small business owner. It's always the mindset that basically stops them, right? It is never that any business cannot grow beyond a limit. It's because they have thought and because they are doing certain things in certain way for a longer period of time, they have a very limited tunnel vision, and that is why they are not able to grow. So it's never any business that cannot grow. It's always like their mindset is such that where they are stuck at certain thing, they have not a growth mindset, and that's why they are not able to grow. So if you ask me, is there any business which cannot be taken to the next level? I would say no. Every business can be taken to a next level. It's only about, are you really willing to take it, or are you comfortable in whatever you're doing and you feel it cannot be done? And if you feel it cannot be done anyway, it cannot be done because you feel it cannot be done, right?
Yeah. So what's your ideal prospect, the business owner that you would work with or like to work with?
So the ideal prospect is basically the one who have already built a business, who have grown at some stage, but they are looking to basically go for 10x, 20x growth, right? Maybe they are looking for going for a SME IPO, those who want to go to bring their business to the next level. So those who are stuck at 10, 15 years, same amount of revenue, maybe 10 crore, 15 crores, right? And those who want to grow their business to almost 10x, 20x in a 1 or 2 year, these are the prospective clients. Yeah.
So if people wanted to work with you, where would they go to?
Yes.
Yeah, if people wanted to work with you and follow you online, where would they go to?
Yeah. So they can simply search Umang Ratani. Right now, in last 2 years, I have kind of created a good work around internet. So they can search Umang Ratani, UMANGRATANI, and I have my website also, that is also umangratani.com. So they can find my work and the things that I'm doing on umangratani.com.
There you have it. Like, share this episode. Tell me what you think. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast. Subscribe at thekingofcashflowwebsites.com or for free on iTunes. That way, you'll never miss another show.